And hello, everyone. Welcome back to FPL in the Trenches, Frontline Prediction League in the Trenches, with a clean intro for the first time in like 3 weeks. I'm your co-host, Scott. Joining me, as always, is BeerMe. BeerMe, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself, Scott?
I'm doing good. I did make the clean intro joke and ended up forgetting to mention that we are Frontline League on X, Frontline Prediction League right here on YouTube. Like, favorite, subscribe, all that fun stuff. You can go to those into our Discord. It is shared with Top of the Card Pod. Recorded a new episode last night. It is Top of the Card Pod on X, Top of the Card Podcast, wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, iTunes, all that fun stuff. Go wherever you get them. Both of those go to our same Discord for the Frontline Prediction League. And you can go in there and look at the live event chat for Impact right now. You can see stuff like the booking page on the screen, the picks page, which is up right now for Battleground we'll talk about. By the time you see this, the one for Double or Nothing will be up. And yeah, that's the craziness we have here, BeerMe, because this weekend we're going full speed into this. Battleground is on Sunday, May 25th at 8 p.m. And so is Double or Nothing. So get your picks in, please. Battleground is an NXT show, even though WWE is on the logo now. It's NXT. It's a house show for us. It does not matter as much in the grand scheme of things. Blah, blah, blah. I know. But it's fun. You put the stuff in, there's storylines, and most people do show up for them. So we do appreciate that. Put your picks in for those. The deadline's going to be, I believe, 7 o'clock, 6 p.m. Eastern is the deadline on Sunday. Because it's 7 o'clock pre-show, so an 8 o'clock main show. Double or Nothing, it's usually an hour and a half pre-show, so a 6:30, so a 5:30 Eastern Sunday deadline. So put your picks in, please. You can put them in tonight. You can put them in Friday. You can put them in Saturday. You got all day for that. Whatever works for that one. But please put your picks in for those and make sure no double picks, things like that. Most of the matches will be sorted out. I do mention Impact's on right now. So's Collision, because Collision is on right now. And after that, we're going to have our picks page up. It did not go up last night after Dynamite because we got Collision tonight, and there's still a whole 24 hours at least before Double or Nothing on Sunday. But bear me, I'm rambling quickly. Let's dive into this because we've got 2 cards to really go through with our final picks and more matches to announce for both. So let's dive in, bear me. We're also not going to go super detailed. You can check out last week's episode for a lot of these thoughts. But Atlas Kiyama defending the FPL European Grand Prix Championship against Danny the Light Jordison. Do you think Atlas retains or does Danny win it? I'm kind of leaning Atlas as of right now. I forget what it was last week. It's only been 7 days, but there you go.
I think Atlas will retain, yes.
I'm thinking so. I want Danny to win it. I do want Danny to win, and I want Life Cult to win, but I don't think it's going to happen here. That's, yeah. The FPL Global Triad Championship is being defended by FBU. It's your boys, the GMSG, Bash, and Broken Nerd. The only outlier there is BeerMe Jesus. We'll see your match later here, BeerMe. But you're defending against Monkey Munchies, Monkey Bong, and Hell's Kitchen, Mac and Cheese, and Lucifer. Obviously, you're picking the FBU squad, as am I. Monkey Bong, I know. You're at 96. You want to get down to 93. You're watching. I understand, but I don't bet against FBU. It's NXT, though, so...
Yeah, you never know. Show's pretty unpredictable.
Fuck it. I'm going with the monkey upset. I'm going for it. But you're picking your guys, right? Obviously, so.
Yeah.
All right. We've got the Battleground Elimination Hardcore match. Team Camp Applestone, which is the FPL World Champion Camp Applestone. BeerMe Jesus, that's you, and James Blake, and 2 partners, which I do believe we can name right now, BeerMe.
Yeah.
You've got those members, don't you?
I do.
Let's put them in right now. Who are your partners?
All right, the final 2 members of Team Cam are Jonathan C.T. Martin.
Oh, God.
And Captain Crulex Blackwell.
Oh, God. I say, oh, God, because I'm on the other side. CT and you on the same team.
Oh, yeah.
And then Crulex as well. God, so...
And James Blake.
So let's go over this again. FPL World Champion Cam Popplestone, who's a very long-time Canadian champion, on a killer record right now, who's basically had scheduled opponents all drop out and then beaten the replacements, even when there were extras, is now the world champion. And he's so wanting to avoid everything about ducking Daisy, basically, after costing her at Mania, contributing factor, defends against her at Double or Nothing as an impromptu match. So that's this guy. And he's not a good guy. He's just like that confident. He's on that side. Teaming with you, former American champion, former world champion, JRPL at least, former tag champion, James Blake, the best world champion we've had. No offense to anybody else, but the 3-time champ there. He took on everybody, beat everybody. You've also got CT, who finally secured the tag title, former world champ as well. And then also Captain Coolix Blackwell, who beat Blake at Mania and is arguably the greatest European champion we've had. Holy crap. That's a good squad.
It's not bad.
I say that. Here's the opponents. It is Team Daisy, which is Daisy Knoll, the former world champion 2-time, who does get her rematch against, I guess it's a rematch, but a rematch for the title, but it's not against Aiden Nakagi. It's against Cam. That's a Double or Nothing, like hours later, same day show, right? It's the next show chronologically. Dedrick Cyrus, American champion, former tag champion as well. Me, former tag champion, and someone who's tried to get every goddamn title but has had a rough go of it. As well as 2 more partners. I can announce the final members of Team Daisy are Jonathan Monroe, who just beat me in a triple threat, and he's on a roll and been very, very dominant. And Hunter Williams, who has been, the wheel's worst enemy, but very, very dominant former tag champion as well. He's very good. I think we're going to win this, BeerMe. I'm confident, more so than last time, just because the 3 versus 3 was weaker for our side, but I think we got this. But God dang it, your team's strong. It is elimination, so that could really cause some problems and some animosity, especially with you and CT not getting along. And that's my hope. The teams will implode. You're confident, though?
Pretty confident. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say so.
You're like, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, it's NXT, so you never know.
That's true. Well, let's keep going through here. We got a lot to talk about. We got a whole show after this. We got a steel cage hardcore match. Mark Harper versus Supreme Rock. I'm going with Harper on that.
Yes.
We got Team Hardcore, the Arbiter, Eddie Chairshot Wood, the Canadian champion, and Pushino, former American champion, versus the Roundtable, Ralantando, Hiroshi Moses, and Jackson Myrtle. I'm leaning on Roundtable on that. I think I was going over to our Team Hardcore simply because of Chairshot, but I'm going Roundtable on this one now.
I was going to go with the Roundtable, but I just like the name so much, and I got to go with Team Hardcore.
Okay.
Got to go with it.
First Blood Death Match, Eli versus my girl Redhead 12. Eli has been calling me out in promos as well. I will have a response of some type, as well as for just general promos, because I got to do one. But I'm picking Red. I think you said you were picking Eli for that one.
Yeah, I think Eli's going to do the thing.
He might. Bane the Bissa versus Kurt Cult. Bane the Bissa. I'm picking for that one.
Yeah.
Luke Gray versus Mark Steele. Picking Luke. He's got that momentum now with the tag title win, so Mark could upset it here. Like that's what this kind of match is, right? It's a house show singles match with a tag champ. Luke can afford to lose it, but I don't think he will. I don't think so. Mark's been
I'm going to
good,
pick
though.
Mark Steele.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick Mark Steele. I'm going to pick him because he's still in the tournament. He moved on to the next round.
That's true. That's true. How about Aiden Mack versus X? I got Aiden Mack.
Aiden Mack, yeah.
JJ Rocky versus Matt Zion versus Wookie. I don't bet against Matt. I never do. Unless I'm facing him. But I should because he beat me. But JJ, yeah. That's a safe bet.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got kickoff show matches. Sheriff Dog versus the Gaffer. I'm picking Sheriff on that one.
Yeah.
El Cid versus Orstella. I think I'm leaning Orstella now on this one.
Yeah.
And then 3J Platinum versus Memories. I got 3J. He had the high score last event. Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that wave of momentum. Yep, you make a good point.
Yep. Now we have another match to announce. I've got at least one more. I have Boonjaw versus Papa Snooch on the kickoff. And I'm liking Boonjaw's chances on that one.
Yeah.
You have one as well, I presume?
I have 2.
Okay, let's go for it.
I have Payne taking on Omega G.
Newcomer Omega G. I think did he win last time? I forget. I'm going with the veteran, though, with Payne on that one. No offense, Omega G. You're brand new, and Payne is not. Payne was our first Rumble winner, for crying out loud. So Main event at the
Yeah,
first Mania,
Payne's-
so good luck. But yeah.
Yeah, give me Payne.
What's your other match to announce?
I have Rab.
Hey,
He'll be taking on Kevin Dynamite.
I normally pick Rab, but I think Kevin Dynamite's going to steal this one. Well, the Rab, like NXT is his jam, so I'm picking Rab on that.
Yeah. I think I am actually going to pick Rab. Even though I always pick Kevin Dynamite,
Yep.
I'm going to pick Rab.
Yeah. All right. Well, that, again, is this weekend, guys. It is Sunday. There's the picks page right now. Please put your picks in for that. Again, remember the deadline is 5 p.m. Nope, 6 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. But the page is there right now, so you can put your picks in for that one currently as we speak. But that's not the only show this weekend or on Sunday or at 8 p.m. Eastern. We also have Double or Nothing. That is also happening. It's going to be a pain in the butt for me to watch that one because it's not on Triller in Canada, so I got to go YouTube or something, figure that out, or keepv.com. There's options, but the Triller packages were always a bit better. But here we are. The FPL World Championship, as mentioned, is being defended by Cam Popplestone in an impromptu match against Daisy Knoll. Actually, it doesn't say champion there, but it should. I think Cam's going to win this. But I said last time, Daisy Knoll is easily the most dangerous person he could be defending against right now, by far. And it would not shock me if she became a 3-time champion in this moment. There is a bit of turnover on the world title right now. Because Daisy had it, lost it to Halcyon, got it back, just in time to lose it to Aiden, who dropped it to Cam, who could drop it here back to Daisy, getting it back. Yeah, I don't hate it. I like it when it's there. That means that main event level is very active. We've had dominant champions before. Now we have a very heated, heavy division. But I think Cam is going to retain at least on this one. What do you think?
I think so too.
But you wouldn't be shocked, right? Like it's like a 51-49 kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like it's not a like. I know we said it both very plain as day. Yeah, Cam's going to win. But if Daisy wanted to be like, all right, yeah, like that's no knock on either of them. I just think I think he's got it. It's AEW too. There's more wiggle room on that one. You got to be a little more precise, more accurate.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that it's a knock on either, but it's just hard. It can be harder to win on that because there's much more to work with. It can be very hard to retain on like an NXT because one match can throw everything. You're going to have 1 or 2 matches off and retain, so it is harder to win the title at a bigger show like this. I think Cam's got it. I think he does. The Canadian Championship. I say all that. I'm challenging Eddie Chairshot Wood in a Watson Rules match for the Canadian title. I might finally get it. And they just announced AEW All Out is in Toronto, so I got to keep it through September at least, I guess. But I got to win it, and I'm confident. I got to be confident in it, but I am legitimately confident looking at the card. I think maybe, yeah. I think I got this. But I've never faced Eddie before,
Are you
so
sure?
I don't know. No.
Eddie's damn good.
Of course, he obviously is. He won the title from the GMSG, who I've never beaten at WrestleMania, where he's beaten me before, and then retained over Captain Kulik's Blackwell, who literally beat the best world champion at WrestleMania to kind of get the shot. And he beat him too. So, okay. I'm hopeful, but I'm not expectant. I'm not like I'm gonna definitely win. I'm just like I think I can. I think I got this, which is I think a little more healthy to do it. Like the last time I was challenging for the title, I actually made a printed off version. It's just behind those there. There's belts in the background. I still have it, but it's the old version of the belt, which sucks because I gotta make the new version if I do it for a prop. But I digress. Let's move on to the American Championship, where I don't have as much of stakes in it. But, your boy does. The GMSG is challenging Detrick Cyrus in a Wild West Cowboy Brawl hardcore match. I don't bet against GMSG. No offense, Detrick. It wouldn't matter who was the champion. I don't bet against GMSG. I just don't. But I'm biased because I'm 0-12 or whatever it is. So, yeah. And you're picking him, obviously?
Yeah. I mean, if it was anybody else not in my stable, I'd probably pick Detrick, but
yeah,
you kind of got to,
If it wasn't me and GMSG in these matches, I definitely think Eddie and Detrick would be retaining. But it'd be silly to me, like, I'm going to challenge. Am I going to win? No. I got it, of course. Like, come on. Let's be honest here. But
right.
True. If it was somebody else, if it was GMSG there, I'd probably pick GMSG. But if it was you, I'm like, oh, maybe Eddie's got you. I like it. Again, no offense on that, but I like Eddie's is on a roll right now, and like, can anybody upset that? I mean, maybe. Here we go. So, all right, let's move on to the 2025 North American Clash. BeerMe, not the Border Brawl that TNA's part of on Sunday. This is the North American Clash. It is Bane the Bissa versus Jackson Myrtle versus Matt Zion in a death match in round 2 because there was a draw having 2 participants advance to this round. I'm picking Matt. It's AW. He can get so many points. So
I'm gonna pick Jackson Myrtle.
It's good. It's a good call. Bane also is good. I'm biased with the 3-way, but it's Matt. I don't think it's Matt. Now, here's one. The conflict now is the Watson Rules side, the Canadian side. That round has Mark Steele versus Rab. Now, you were picking Mark Steele earlier, and there he is facing Rab. So I'm leaning on Rab on that one personally, but that's, again, the bias of I don't bet against Rab or Matt. So
Rab's been doing really well lately.
But it's AEW, so I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I'm going to pick him. I'm going to pick Rab.
Okay.
But I kind of want to see Mark Steele advance.
I guess that's the disclosure. I do want to see Mark Steele advance. I do want that.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he will. That's I guess where I'm coming from. So.
Yeah. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
All right, BeerMe, how about this? The FPL Continental Tag Team Championship #1 contenders match. It is the Call of the Mountains, former 2-time champions Scherf being a 3-time champ himself, and Mark Harper versus Hell's Kitchen, Mac and Cheese and Lucifer, who could be the Trios champions by that point, versus the Kings of the Ring, Bash and a Broken Nerd, who might still be the Triad champions or not anymore at that point, because that match is happening earlier. So they've got a whole thing with the Call of the Mountain also in there. I want Hell's Kitchen to win that in the upset, I feel. The other teams are stronger. They're both multi-time champions. Like, the Call and the Kings are both 2-time champs, if I'm correct, right? So I really want Hell's Kitchen to win that because of that. Is that the safe bet? Obviously not. They're the and whatever championship team versus the 2-time teams. And there's only 3 2-time teams. So, but I'm leaning towards Hell's Kitchen for that one. You've obviously got the Kings, right?
Yep.
Let's see what Scherf Dog thinks about that with the curse. Anyway, moving on, we do have the non-title match. It is the champions, Reaction members Jonathan C.T. Martin and Luke Gray versus Chilltown, Ralantando and Hiroshi Moses, former champions. Again, this is non-title, but it's a main show, so this could lead toward a potential shot after, obviously, the winner of the triple threat. I think Reaction are going to win this. Just because I don't see them getting a loss out of the gate like that. It's non-title, it doesn't matter, but I think they're going to win that.
I think so, too.
Okay. How about this? Hunter Williams Birthday Open Challenge. Hunter Williams versus mystery opponent. Normally we pick the mystery opponent because it's fun. I'm picking Hunter because it's his birthday. That seems fair, right? And it's on my team. Like I got all right. Like we're gonna have that that synergy now. So
let's go for the birthday boy.
Yeah. How about this one? Jonathan Monroe versus Redhead 12. I'm picking Red, but Monroe's been saying stuff, so who knows, right?
I'm gonna pick Monroe.
Okay. Boonjaw versus Memories versus X. I'm leaning toward Boonjaw on that one. I've been picking him lately, so that's kind of where I'm going on that one.
I'm going to go with X.
All right. And we've got the 21-man Casino Battle Royal. More on that in a moment. We've got the Double or Nothing Kickoff. It is Atlas Kiyama versus Captain Krulik's Blackwell. Non-title for Atlas, obviously the Euro champ. I kind of like Cap upsetting him.
I was going to...
Former champ, right?
Yeah. I was going to go Cap.
Yeah.
Cap.
James Blake versus Sir Stella. I'm going Blake.
Yep.
The Light of the Cult, Danny Light Jorgensen and Kurt Cult versus the Un-Americans, Gaffer and Supreme Rock. I'm leaning toward the Light on that one.
Yep.
Eli versus Wookie. I think Eli's got that one.
Yeah.
And JJ Rocky versus Papa Snooch.
JJ,
I think so too. Yep. And then question marks. Now, I have 3 matches to announce. BeerMe, how many do you have?
2.
All right. Well, I'll do one of mine first then, obviously, because we'll alternate that. BeerMe, you are going one-on-one on the kickoff versus Omega G.
Omega G. Yeah, let's get it.
See how this goes. I'll just do all three of mine. We go through these quickly. It's fine. It's fine. I got Kevin Dynamite going 1-on-1 with Payne.
Oh man,
That's a good one.
I'm gonna go Payne.
I'm going Kevin on that one. I'm actually picking him for that one. And I got CM Carlito versus El Cid.
Carlito?
I think
I'm gonna go Carlito.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right.
Who have you got?
I have Arbiter versus 3J Platinum versus Monkey Bong. Bong.
Arbiter.
Monkey Bong. We gotta go Monkey Bong, right?
Yeah, no, Monkey Bong. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I have this match. Oh, yeah, this is a good match. Aiden Mack versus Pacino.
Ooh, I'm going with Aiden on that one.
I am too, but I could see Pacino winning. That's a really good match. Actually, that's a hell of a match. Yeah, I really like that.
That could be a good win for Pacino. I could see that.
Yeah.
I'm leaning toward Aiden Mack.
Former champions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. It's a good match. Now, there is something with the Casino Battle Royal. I'm confirming something first, so I'm going to sneakily move on because I've got a match to announce. I didn't have the graphic up for that the whole time. There's Double or Nothing's graphic. I've got a match to announce for Worlds Collide. I've got Hunter Williams going 1-on-1 with Sheriff Dog. I'm going to go with Hunter on that one. Keep the curse alive.
Yeah. Yeah, why not? Birthday boy rides on.
Lot could change by June 7th or whatever the date is, so we'll see what happens there. But yeah.
That's true. I have... Okay, well, we don't know who the winner of the Global Triad... we don't know who the Global Triad champion's going to be.
True. It's FBU or it's the Monkey Munchies.
Or it's... Yes.
Yeah.
So they will be taking on the three-way.
Oh, yeah.
Scott, Redhead 12, and Bane the Vista for the titles at Worlds Collide.
So there's two options here. If the Monkeys win, Monkey Bong gets to face me like he's been calling out, and it's for the Trios titles.
Yes.
Who wins that?
I mean...
Three-way or you're picking Monkeys, right?
Monkey Munchies.
I figure, yeah. I'm going with it with ourselves. But if they don't win, that means FBU are the champions. That is Bastion, Broken Nerd, and GMSG defending against Red, Bane, and me. With GMSG and I facing each other for the first time since SummerSlam, I think it was, in Cleveland, where he broke my nose. I could say I'm confident, but that's at Worlds Collide, for God's sake. Who knows what that's going to be? Like, either NXT was weird.
Yeah, who knows?
It's goddamn AAA at this point. So I'm confident, but it's GMSG. I literally, like, historically, come on now. But I'm confident. Like, I think the unpredictability might help for that. So that's my kind of last hope on that. So, but now I am confirming that we're revealing the names. So what I'm about to do here is either this will continue normal right now, or there's about to be a cut edit right here, and it'll go to the ending where we're saying thank you to get your picks and blah blah blah. So either you see this continuing now, or you didn't see any of this. The names for the Casino Battle Royal, and I say this because I got a note from CT last week that we are doing the participants this week. We've already got it figured out who's going to be which card and everything. I'm not saying that stuff yet, but I do believe we have the names. I just have to find them here. I think, maybe not. Oh, shoot. Hold on. I've got pictures with no names on it. So I've got, like, avatars of the stuff. Oh, crap. And I thought we had a list. Oh, boy. Oh, no. Oh, no. We're doing it live. This is funny. Okay, so if this is getting cut, I'm leaving this in because this is funny. Where the heck? I saw a list. I saw a list at one point. We had a list. It was there.
You just made the list. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Now I obviously can't bring up like our internal page because then you'll see like all the booking. So we're not doing that. Scrolling through. That goes way back. That's not it. Where is it? Crap. Hey, here we go. I got it. Okay, so here's the names that are in the 2025. Geez, I almost said 21 because there's 21 people. Casino Battle Royal. Now, these people are going to be in coming out in 5. I think it's 5 intervals, in groups of 5, and then there's one joker at the end. And the winner of this will be the 8th person into our Money in the Bank ladder match. So keep that in mind. These people have additional matches on Double or Nothing. It's just this is an extra thing and a potential shot. So, BeerMe, here are the names. And again, at this point where we will cut, and you will not see any of this if it's not supposed to be there once you get confirmation from CT. But he mentioned it last time, and I think I mentioned it last time. So here we go. Here's the people in the Battle Royal. And if not, we'll put it up on like our Twitter or whatnot and follow along there. But we have 3J Platinum with his major momentum right now. We have Redhead 12. We have Eli. We have X. We have James Blake. We have Monkey Bong, who is probably your favorite to win it right there. We have JJ Rocky. We have Kevin Dynamite. Pushino. Jonathan Monroe. Orstella. Papa Snooch, Wookie, The Gaffer, Memories, The Arbiter, Daisy Noel, could be world champion going into this, Supreme Rock, and Aiden Mac. And I think, did I say Ralentando? Ralentando. I honestly can't remember. I can't remember if I said that name. So now I'm paranoid that I left a name out because I picked and read from different spots on the list. I don't know if I said Atlas Kiyama either. Shoot. Well, Atlas is in there too. And no, you can't look through that list and figure out, is this person's... No. Is Monkey Bong your favorite on that one? Or you got Daisy, you got Blake? I got Red in there, so I'm kind of leaning toward Red. But Kevin Dynamite literally was number 1 in the Rumble and almost won the whole goddamn thing.
That's true.
Ralentando, Gaffer, like I said, Eli could win this. He won it in. He called a shot. So, but the winner of this goes into Money in the Bank on June 7th. So, who are you leaning towards? Who's got your attention on that? Is it Monkey Bong?
I want to say... Yeah, I mean that's kind of what the heart wants, but it'll probably end up me and James Blake.
And no Bastion to win it for like the 3rd time in 5 years, because he was the Joker twice and won it from that position. So whoever the Joker is, odds are like that history is in your favor on that. So yeah,
that's true.
But again, if none of that's happening, then you're not going to see any of what we just said, and that's been caught out, and you'll find out who's in the Battle Royal at a later date. But otherwise, hey, we're still going, and here we are. We're going to close out the show here right now. So this is, for this weekend, guys, it is Double or Nothing. It is Battleground. They are both this coming weekend, both this coming Sunday, both at frickin' 8 p.m. Eastern. It's insane and crazy, but... Your picks pages are available. As of right now, NXT's Battleground page is available. You can go look at it and put your picks in right now. By the time you see this, it is 10:02 p.m. as we're recording it, so the Double or Nothing one should be there imminently as soon as Collision's done and the picks are the bonuses, whatever, solidified and that's set up. So by the time you see this one, you'll have that page also available. So put your picks in for both. Again, they're due Sunday, like 5 p.m. Eastern, basically for both. I think it's actually 5:30 and 6 respectively, but put your picks in on Friday, put them in on Saturday. You're good to go with that. So, but yeah, BeerMe, we'll call it there. I'll throw it to you in case you have anything you want to say to people beforehand for the weekend. You got 2 shows though, so what do you want to focus on for that one?
Just good luck to everybody, and please get your picks in.
Please do. Again, guys, this is Frontline League on X, Frontline Prediction League right here on YouTube. Like, favorite, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Go into our Discord, check the stuff out there. We'll be in voice chat for both these shows, losing our minds trying to handle both simultaneously. It's nuts. But that'll be everything set for this weekend. It'll be a lot of fun. I know it's Memorial Day, not Memorial Day, Memorial Day in the States. So you've got that weekend coming up. We just had Victoria Day here in Canada past weekend, but I got next week booked off, so I've got it too. Ha ha ha. It should be a lot of fun. Should be a crazy weekend, guys. We look forward to this one. We look forward to seeing you there. So, yeah. Thanks again, everybody. Have a good night.